Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Alright then.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. The name's Grimm, and today I forgot what the weather is.
Wow.
I feel like I'm basically using my money every other day just to check the weather.
Let's see. This place.
Fuck. Hello. Guess we're not going there today.
Pop by again, won't you?
Call that. Everyone to know which way the clouds are blowing. I'm here.
Pardon?
So, I guess we're not doing that today. Let's see who's free. So, Maria or Strohl? I can't keep her waiting. Do we even have a picture for her, though? I don't think so. Let's wait until we get another picture for Maria. So, instead, why don't we hang out with Strohl? Maybe I should ask him. Strohl comes to mind. Maybe we should go talk with him. That's kind of funny. I didn't really need to teleport to Strohl. He was just over here. What's up, man?
Oh, it's you.
Hey, what are you up to? Ironic how fidgety one gets when told to wait, isn't it? Say, have you got some time right now? It's about what we discussed last time. I know I must head to my village to seek clues about my inheritance, but I freeze before I can take the first step. I can come with you if you want.
Right.
Well, for sure. I suppose now's a good time as any. My home, the village of Halia, is on the outskirts of Grand Trad. As only the runner, please extend my apologies to the rest. With the runner, we could make it there and back before dusk, though I can't help but feel guilt to request it for such a personal matter. Don't worry about it. Honestly, rescuing the prince is kind of a personal matter, isn't it? Especially since it's his in the first place. With Strohl leading the way, we arrived at his childhood home, the village of Halia. It doesn't look like anyone has lived here for a very long time. It's quite a chilling sight. Traveling here by Gauntlet Runner, you'd think we were practically next door to the capital. Yet as I fled for my life, the nearest settlement felt leagues away. I recall wanting to lie down and give up on several occasions. Probably hard to tell now, but this was once the village's main road, full of people crossing every which way.
Truth is,
You used to be able to see the mountains cresting the horizon above the rooftops. It was beautiful. I wish you could have seen it like that. I know I'll see it someday.
No.
I know I'll see it someday. It's been 7 years since that day. Feels like forever ago, and yet only the blink of an eye at the same time. Afterward, I was shuffled between various relatives. Nothing more than another mouth to feed. Fitting, I suppose, of the burden I become. I went to the site of the manor, but all I found was rubble. A few walls were sort of standing, but it's a sorry sight compared to how I see it in my mind. Except I've discovered a letter.
take this.
There was a corner of my father's study that seemed to have been designed to withstand a fire. I found a box there with a letter inside, and I recognized the writing as my father's.
Hey,
I'm afraid I must ask a favor of you. I have no doubt that this is his will, and I know I must read it, but I'm gonna go over there and just do that alone. Would you mind waiting nearby? It's okay to be nervous. I'm here for you if you need me.
thanks.
Thank you. It's reassuring to have you by my side. I wait nearby while Strohl reads well. Well, it's a good thing that we found this. Seems I do indeed have an inheritance. The will said the family's treasure was dispatched to the royal capital. What are we waiting for then?
Well then.
Let's head back and find it then.
What?
Yes, but I'm afraid we'll need a little more specifics than the capital. The letter's unfinished. I mean, how could it be? No one's expecting a murderous, rampaging human. Try to stay calm. Try not let the anger win. Sorry. Never think back to that day. My father names me the sole heir to his estate. He addressed a letter to my beloved son, Leon. I feel only shame at such endearment. But as it stands now, the inheritance has but one purpose: to repay the debts owed to my parents and my people. So if they would see our house rebuilt,
Definitely.
I'll be whatever they want me to be, a noble, prominence, or otherwise. If I can make the people speak the name House Halia with reverence, and once it lives on the tip of everyone's tongue, maybe then I'll be able to embrace the words, my beloved son. I never imagined the day would come that I come to terms with these feelings. I owe you so much and more. I sense Strohl's deepened trust and his determination to confront his destiny.
I must use my nobility for good.
I should everyone with their abilities, including if they're noble. At rank 5, Strohl provides you the abilities Warrior Veneration, significantly reduce the magla cost of studying the warrior lineage, as well as Battle Aura. While in reserve, the amount of experience Strohl gains increases. Not bad at all. We're not really going to use that for now, but in the future, it'll be very nice. But first things first. I'm sure you entrusted the inheritance to someone in the capital, but I have no clue who that might be. Tell me about your father.
Say,
What was your father like?
That's...
He was a big man, so much so that standing next to my monitor would make her look teeny. But despite his size, he solved his problems with his head. And he never treated people as lesser than him. In fact, he used to handpick the fish he would bring back to the household as gifts. Grand Trad was able to source fresh fish from Browhaven, but in Halia, they were a rare feast.
Aha!
Hey, maybe I'm onto something. He spoke highly of the fish market, so he must have gone to the same one every time. Perhaps they remembered him? That might be our best lead. And I'm afraid I shall once more take advantage of your generosity. When we return to Grand Trad, would you help me walk in my father's footsteps? It could still turn out fruitless, so I'll need all the help I can get. Of course.
this one's important.
Anytime, man. This actually turns into a quest. A noble's legacy. Strohl asked me to help track down his inheritance. He recalled his father frequented a fishmonger near the Grand Cathedral in Grand Trad. I should start there. No deadline, easy, and increase our tolerance when we finish it.
Alright.
But first, I have one more thing I'd like to look into. I think we're at a good stopping point for today besides. Okay, if you're sure.
Let's head back.
Thank you, Alexander. Let's head back to the Gauntlet Runner. So, before we do our evening activity for today, let's go talk about our archetype of the day. Let's just head down to Academia so we can actually read its description and then continue talking about it. I feel like we've been going to Academia more for talking about archetypes than really upgrading them. I guess it just goes to show I know what I'm doing now. I mean, it should be. This is my second run through. Up we go. So today's archetype is the Mage. This looks like research documents about the Mage archetype. In times of yore, there lived heroes who sought relentlessly to unravel the secrets of magic. Their souls together formed the power of the Mage. Among them, the adept who grasp that ultimate power, I dub the wizard, and elite who command the elements, I dub the elemental master. In addition, another elite form making use of dark magics is known to exist. Truly, the Mage archetype has unparalleled command to affinity-based magic. But mages devote themselves fully to mind and magla. While the mind is powerful, it must kneel before pure strength at times. Let no mage forget this truth.
Oh, yeah?
So it's a great archetype for hitting enemy weak points with powerful magic, but it can't really dish out damage or take much punishment. Funny you understand this one so well, Gallica, because it is the one we got from her. And the description basically gave out all the actual archetypes of the archetype. People who are associated with this kind of archetype seek knowledge and understanding of the world, want to unravel it and seek the truth of it all. So we'll just skip that part. Now, the Mage. Now we're talking about the whole lineage. It's kind of a mixed bag, but we'll just start with the base form. and there is only one real complaint a lot of people have about it, but we're not going to focus on that for a while. So the mage itself, the first rank, great archetype. As Galaga said, it focuses heavily on weak points, and we'll show the coverage of that when we get to the moves. But first, let's talk about the stats. At rank 1, it'll provide the user -3 to strength. Do not inherit any physical moves with the mage. Again, it can still do some damage, but not recommended. This is a magic class focused on magic. For instance, it gives a +4 to magic at rank 1. Pretty damn good. Gives 0 to endurance, but 2 to agility and 2 to luck. So as you can plainly see even from the starting stat, it focuses heavily on magic, a bit more to agility to see if they can dodge out of the way and act first to hit weak points, and a bit of luck as well. At max rank, it provides the user still a -3 to strength, a whopping 9 for magic, pretty damn good, 5 to endurance, helps out in letting it stay alive a bit longer, agility to 7 helps with dodging when it can, and a 6 to luck. Now I do want to preface this, magical attacks cannot crit in this game, only physical moves then. I believe physical elemental moves can crit, but not just magical moves themselves. Fun fact, the only... no, I think technically... A few select games in Alex's catalog does allow magical moves to crit, but that's very rare. So, just a good rule of thumb, as long as it's a physical move, it can crit in this game. If it's purely elemental and focused on the magic stat, it does not. Okay. Now let's get on to the resistances. All you need to know is that it resists ice for now. I guess this one specializes a bit more in ice than the other elements, and is weak to pierce. I think this weakness kind of makes sense because since you're using magic, you're going to be into backlines more. And what's going to help the enemies more? Using a ranged weapon against a ranged user, since they can't really just go up to a mage, you know what I mean? By the time they try to advance towards a mage, like, not even in the RPG element, just in general, since it's a ranged user. Okay, that was kind of gibberish, but basically, they're using a range option to take out a ranged foe. Which is a good chunk of pierce moves. Okay. Now, let's move on to the actual moves. At level 1, at starting rank, the mage will start off with Bot. A weak fire attack to one enemy. We're just gonna spit through these real quick. At level 2, it learns Blizz. Weak ice damage to one enemy, and at level 6, they learn Conde, weak electric damage to one enemy. Those are the main affinities that the mage lineage can hit with. What you'll see a pattern is basically they'll just upgrade the move every time you get to the next part of the lineage. So wizard will do Batra, Blizzra, and yes, is it? Yeah, sorry, Blizza, Batra, and Candida. That was it. I was trying. The moves are a bit different from what I remember. And then once you get to Elemental Master, it'll be whatever the heavy moves are called in this game. At level 11, this one's an interesting one. Magic Font, a passive that gives the user 15% more to their MP gauge. Pretty nice, and this scales more and more as the game moves on and as the user's MP gauge grows more and more, since it's based on percentage. And at max rank, the mage learns Magic Circle. Boosts magic attacks by 10%. This stacks with the mage lineage. I don't know if I would recommend having multiple the mage lineage, except for maybe one more to help out with the synthesis skill. Cause again, they're a bit squishy. Classic mage trope, but seriously, they can be a bit squishy, especially they're not Hulkenberg with their massive endurance stats, so just be careful with it. But again, because a boost in magic attacks is always nice. Now, the hero's passive. Basically, you've seen me use it always. It recovers MP whenever they defeat or stun an enemy in the overworld. Alright, now let's move on to the synthesis skills. What I find interesting about the mage lineage is that their synthesis skills basically allow them to do the AoE attacks with their respective magic, as well as the next rank of magic as well. So, even though it's not the wizard and they can't normally just use Batra, if, let's say, they had a mage, mass dancer, or summoner in the party, they can use Batra to deal medium fire damage to one enemy. Very nice. Again, this requires Bot, which you start off with, but with the other two forms of affinity, if you're not leveled up enough to have those base spells, then you can't do the upgraded synthesis skills in battle. Keep that in mind. There's also Gaboot, which is the AoE version of it, except it's weak fire damage to all enemies. Requires a Seeker, Mage, or Healer lineages. So basically for, if I'm remembering correctly, yes, for all of the AoE skills, you need either a Seeker, Mage, or Healer lineage. And for all the upgraded magic skills, you'll need a Mage, Mass Dancer, or Summoner lineages. So if you do have two mages in the same party at one time, it does allow them to just basically abuse and use each other's synthesis turns and synthesis skill to just spam even more powerful magic, so that can be pretty nice. Plus with the magic circle boosting them by 20% with two of them in the party, it's not bad at all. Now, for all you magic lovers, I think you might want to listen up to this one. Metaphor. Severe fire damage to one enemy. This does a ton of damage, and the animation is so cool. It's what you imagine to be a meteor just falling out of the sky and just landing on the enemy in battle. It's so cool. I kind of wish it was an AoE attack, but I feel like it'd be kind of broken at this stage in the game. But if the Sword Master can do it, then hey, why can't we? Well, no, it's still all just single target skills. Never mind. However, Metaphor requires two party members to have specific personas. And look at that, the pattern continues on. The first requirement is to have a party member with Seeker, Mage, or Healer, and the other party member with Mage, Mass Dancer, or Summoner. Well, it's easy to... another thing I like about these synthesis skills, it's easy to remember what specific archetypes you'll need on for all the moves. It's just a simple pattern. If you want more AoE, focus more with Seeker, Mage, or Healer. More with single target, stronger magic, Mage, Mass Dancer, Summoner. And if you want Metaphor, you need both. Plus, it's pretty cheap as well. Mage Archetype has an initial cost of only 500 Magla, and its max level bonus is surprising. Well, I initially thought it would be Magic +2, but no, it's actually Max MP +20, allowing them to do more magical attacks before they can run out. All around, early in the game, Mage is fucking great. It allows you to have access to a lot of the base magic other than Wind, which is more exclusive to the Seeker. Well, I mean. But even then, the Seeker can't just spam Wind throughout the whole game. No, you need the other base forms of magic just to be able to, you know, strike weaknesses, which is the Mage's specialty. And to that, I say good job. And you just need a bit more boost to the power. Hey, there's your synthesis skills. Just arrange your party well and Metaphor to destroy whatever the hell is in your path. I like the Mage personally. Some people think it's a bit lackluster, but mostly in the late game, which we'll talk about then, but especially early on, great archetype. Don't just wash it over because, oh, physical reigns supreme in this game. It kinda does, but hey, we gotta show Magic some love, you know what I mean? The moves are still really cool. Anyways, that's the archetype for today, so why don't we move on to our evening activity, which is hanging out with the man himself, Heismay. I need to push myself harder. Heismay comes to mind. Maybe I should go talk with him. We should talk. If you're wondering why I waited up till now, like, oh, why couldn't you just hang out with him 2 days ago? Well, you'll see in a second, there was a requirement we needed to achieve.
It's you.
It's you. It's you. Once we get our more pressing goals out of the way, I won't be sure what to do with myself. I've been thinking not to resume the training drills from my Shadowgaurd days. The battles ahead will demand no less from me. My apologies, but if you've been this with me, might we discuss it another time? Actually, you teach me? That sounds pretty cool. Well, I'm afraid this training is tailored to Yuji's stature. Nothing for you to learn. You need rank 2 eloquence to convince him to teach you stuff and to strengthen your bond with him. It'll help me understand you. With my overflowing eloquence, I was able to convince Heismay of the significance of observing his training.
I see.
I see. I suppose knowing the fighting style of your allies would help broaden your possible strategies. Yes, that sounds reasonable. Mark my technique closely then, and you'll learn the ways of the Shadowgaurd. The proper training does take time, a significant amount of it. If you mean to tag along, I hope you're ready to be here for a while. Yep, I'm all set. Well said. A bit cramped here though, isn't it? Let's go to the wood nearby instead. Come on.
Now then.
I'm still trying to figure out what voice to do for him. Now then, let's start with a little test, see if you can keep up with my movements. If your reactions are fast enough to match me, you win. Now let's begin.
Huh?
You're wide open. From here, be a simple thing to slit your throat. You were careless. One more time. Let's try it one more time. I'll do it as many times as you like. Don't rely on sight. You must censor your very skin. Your enemies aren't going to wait for you. Your body must move on instinct to buy time for your mind. And how do I do that? But how can I do that?
Well...
No, indeed. Finding these answers is also part of the training. There are no clear answers, no correct way of improving. But at the very least, you can decide what you aspire to.
Then...
Want to keep going?
Then...
That seems enough for one day. Shall we share a drink then? Let's retire to my castle back on the runner. That's a better voice. The other one sounded like he was trying to be edgy. I found some fine spirits for myself, but even ambrosia would be tasteless when drunk alone. Would you like a cup of tea instead? Yes, a bracing drink, but nowhere near as good as the spirits back home. What'd it taste like? What were the drinks from your hometown like?
That's...
Let's see, clear as the night sky, like nostalgia in a bottle. Wonder when I'll get to taste it again. It's a taste my boy will never know. It's been a long time since I abandoned my home. My son died without even seeing that village. He looked up the nights, you know. He had a stout heart in that low frame. I had grown up to be a fine knight himself, had he lived. Another wish unfulfilled. I suppose I'll never forget that day. I cremated my son's body and mourned his death. How does that equate to mourning? How does that equate to mourning him?
The truth is...
It's the way of the UG boy. We burn the bodies of the dead, leaving only bones. The soul is freed through fire. Once released from the body, they go to their place in the beyond. Then those who remain must lay the bones to rest, somewhere suitable for the deceased. However, I have yet to find a place fit for my son to take his final rest. I can't imagine he'd be happy for his bones to be eternally moving and disturbed. Poor kid. Apologies, I shouldn't be talking to you about this. But I'd like to help. I'd like to help lay your son to rest.
No.
We've an important mission to accomplish. No room for detours or any inconvenience, boy. I can't put that burden on you. But it's for your son's sake.
Let's do it.
Still, we can do it. It's for your son's sake, isn't it?
Thank you.
I thank you for your kindness, truly. I'll do my best to return this favor through my efforts as your comrade. Thank you again. Of course, man. A toast then, to commemorate our vow. You with a cup of delicious tea. Okay.
Cheers.
Yes, a toast, but not to mark my regrets. To commemorate our coming together and the beginning of mourning. A bit sad, but cheers. I can sense Heismay's heartache for his departed son, and his trust as a friend and ally.
My boy, are you watching?
He'll always be watching, Heismay. He does care about you. Anyways, At rank 2, Heismay provides you Thief Enlightenment, reduces the magical cost of study to lift the Thief lineage, not bad at all. And Preternatural Hearing. What is that word? Displays the location of Strohl and enemies on the dungeon map. Basically, I think they'll just glow red or have some ominous thing on the minimap, so they're more distinct from others, and so you better know ahead of time to watch out for them.
My thanks.
Yes, we can say this for another time when you're free, lad. I'm grateful that you'll help me though, and I dare say, tonight I'll rest well. Good night, man.